till you're taking me under. Everything is falling apart. I get lost in your lightning and thunder, and your song is breaking me down. Dying, shouldn't hurt you hear I'm crying. Can you practice what you preach? Would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above. 'Cause right now people have me questioning, where is the love? The love, the love. Where is the love, the love, the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love, the love, the love? What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mamas. Think the whole world's addicted to the drama, only attracted to the things that'll bring you trauma. Overseas, yeah, we trying to stop the terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living in the USA, the big CIA, the Bloods and the Crips and the KKK.
KKK. But if you only have love for your own race, then you only leave space to discriminate. And to discriminate only generates hate. And when you hate, then you're bound to get irate. Madness is what you demonstrate, and that's exactly how anger works and operates. And you gotta have love just to set it straight. Take control of your mind and meditate. Let your soul gravitate to the love, y'all, y'all. 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 People killing, people dying, shouldn't hurt you. Hear 'em crying. Can you practice what you preach? Would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us and some guidance from above. 'Cause right now people have me questioning, where is the love?
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord, oh Lord. Well, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So you can wipe off that grin. I know where you've been. It's all been a bag of lies. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord,
Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Let's get started. Ace King definitely a 3-bet. Ace 5 there, 3-bet was an option, but didn't want to do it there. Ace queen definitely gonna 3-bet. I mean pocket queens. Just gonna do a standard c-bet on king high board. What's gonna call, but since small blind 3-bet, we're just gonna fold. We're just gonna check fold here, blind versus blind. Here on ace high flop with queens, we're just gonna do a small c-bet and see what he does. Just gonna check fold here most likely. He could have a busted flush draw, so calling might be an option. Yeah, we had the best hand. Probably had the flush draw. A7. That's kind of loose. King Jack facing 3-bet from the button. I don't like calling here. If I want to continue, I'll definitely put in a 4-bet. But against a Fisher player, probably just give up. Here we're probably gonna look for a check raise. Against that sizing, we're definitely check raising. And flush gets here on the turn. We only have middle pair. He led to us. It's kind of fishy. Here we did pick up a double gutter, so we're just gonna barrel pretty big here. And here with the 6, we're just gonna do a small c-bet, and we just pick up the pot here. If we call, we still have a double gutter we can hit. We're just gonna fold here with the second pair. And here, pocket 7 facing a 4-bet, it's an easy fold. And he got raised. We're just gonna call and then proceed the turn. He could have like pocket 7, pocket 8s. Pocket 9s, I think he 3-bets pre-flop. So since he bet really small, we just have to call. He could easily have like pocket 7 here. That's the the likeliest hand. 10 shouldn't change much. We're just gonna check behind. There's no value in this hand. We lose to pocket 7s, then we lose to we beat all of his bluffing range. He was just bluffing. Ace 5 suited cutoff, definitely gonna open. Gets 3-bet by the button. Just gonna call and see a flop. 4-betting here is fine as well. I also like probably half and half. Pretty bad flop. We don't have anything. I'm just gonna check fold here. Here against a small c-bet, we can call. We have a gut shot in a straight draw. I mean, a gut shot straight draw, backdoor flush draw. I'm just gonna check again and possibly check raise, depending on how big he bet. He overbets. We just have to fold here. He has a lot of jacks here when he bets that sizing, when he used that sizing. Draw heavy board, a lot of open-ended flush draw. We got bugged out. We're gonna put in a 3-bet with ace-4 suited here. You're gonna defend with king 4 suited. 3-betting is okay too. But, we got 4-bet. We're just gonna do a check raise here, and here we're just gonna fold. Gonna check raise pretty big. Hopefully he doesn't have king queen. I'm gonna call and see a flop here with Jack 10 suited out of position. He re-raised. I think we just have to get it in. If he has king queen, he has king queen. There's nothing we can do. We're never folding here. He could have a lot of flush draw. He has ace jack. Can we hold? Yes, we can. Here, we're just gonna call with top pair. Pretty good turn. We pick up extra outs. We have gut shot. If we're losing on the flop, I'm just gonna check it to him. Here with ace high, I think it's okay to make a call. And he check again. Probably have the best hand here, but I don't think we're getting any more value from anything else, so we're just gonna check. Hopefully he bluff at it. He doesn't, and we chop chop. He barrel again, we're just gonna fold. And here, with just a gut shot straight draw with no spades, we're not continuing. If we have like jack of spades or something, we can call this bet. And then possibly trying to outplay him on the river. But with no spades, our hands just doesn't play that well. Against that sizing, we're putting a 3-bet. We're just gonna isolate the limpers with Queen Jack. Pretty bad flop for us. Just gonna check here. And here we're just gonna do a c-bet. He checked the flop, we're gonna bet the turn. Try to take it away. Here we're just gonna fold. The third clubs come. I'm just gonna check behind, possibly just give up. And with 4 clubs out there, we're probably just gonna check fold. Ace queen facing 4 bets from button. This guy never 4 bets, so I think we're gonna give him credit for real hands. I'm gonna fold here. He never 4 bets, so we have to give him credit for like real hand. Two aces in a row on this table, pretty nice. Hopefully we get some action. Pocket 3 blind versus blind we can open. Pretty good flop for 3s. Just gonna small c-bet. And here with the overs and diamond draw, we're just gonna check. I don't think he's gonna fold to us that often on this flop. And obviously we're calling. And we're gonna possibly check call again, depending on how big he bet. And we don't get there. There's no reason for us to bluff here. We can't really rep much. So kind of just check to give up. And we win with the king high. And here a short stack fishy player called our huge 3-bet squeeze. He just had 10 of diamonds. On this flop with 90, we're gonna do a small c-bet and get it in on turn. Pretty good turn. We're just gonna get it in. Hopefully he has like ace jack, king jack, 8-9. Okay. 70% favor there. We held again. Didn't lose to a 30% hand. Here, $2 more, 9-2 suited. We're just gonna see a flop. Here, 7-6 suited. We're just gonna put in a 3-bet. I mean, folding here is okay too. Just never calling. Because if we call here, we'll get like squeezed 3-bet by the blinds a lot. So it's either 3-bet or fold. Both are fine. Here on this board, it hits his range pretty hard. If we bet, I'll expect us to get check raised a lot because he has a lot of jack 10, queen jack, king queen type of hands. I don't think he's folding much here, so I think we're just gonna I'm gonna do a small c-bet and see what he does. Defending with king jack. Here we're gonna bet out once he checked the flop. Pretty bad river. Not sure if we can wrap an ace here. We can wrap a 10. That's about it. Just gonna check and give up. Here, king high can be the best hand. Obviously, we're gonna bet for value now. Not too much, just a little over, like half the pot. Hopefully, he has like pocket 9s or pocket 10s, so it's gonna call. Flat call 3-bet with ace king comes. You're just gonna defend with 10-6. I'm gonna check. Pocket 3s here is a fold. We're not folding to this bet yet. Pretty terrible river. If you had like something like Ace Jack, Ace Queen, Ace Queen, Ace King, he had us beat right now. He basically sucked out, so we're just gonna check fold. I expect him to bet here like almost 100% of the time, and he didn't bet. He has King Jack. That's kind of weird. He should probably bet the turn. He should totally bet the turn. Here, against a good player, isolating the fish, we're gonna put in a pretty big C bet. 3-bet with Ace King, and then obviously calling a jam. Here we're just gonna check. Open-ended on the turn. We're gonna start betting a little bit for value. Gonna do like small C bet here, and we're just gonna check here. We don't really beat anything. Here we got call on the flop. I think I can barrel here. I expect us to get jams quite sometimes when we barrel, but he could be calling with like pocket nines, pocket tens. We're just gonna barrel this. Obviously, we are folding to a jam, and he calls. We're just gonna give up. Yeah, with $92, past 216 is never folding, so we're just gonna give up. Yeah, I expect him to have a lot of pocket tens here, but once he called the turn, he's never folding. And then we have a lot of history with that player, so he definitely knows that we are capable of 3-street bluffing with Ace King high there, so he's never gonna fold. Once he called the turn, he's never folding the river, I don't think. Here we're just gonna do a standard small C bet. We have all the overpairs. He check raised. This guy's super aggressive. We don't have much though, like but I'm not like worried about not getting money from him. He's gonna give us his money later. It's gonna be like another spot where we can take his money against a player like that. Only losing to King Jack, pocket tens. Definitely doing a C bet. If he's raising, we'll get it in, because he could have like ace 10. He just fold. Here with nothing and no backdoors, we're just gonna check. Here he checked the second time. We can start betting a little bit. Try to take it away. Got called, and then we're definitely not good here. And I don't think he's gonna give us credit for anything, so we're just gonna give up. Pick up flush draw on the turn. He almost instant bet, so I feel like he has a lot of aces here. We're just gonna call, and then we don't get there, and then he instant bet again. Here we flop a royal flush draw. Definitely gonna see bet. We're just gonna fold. He just has way too many aces here when he bet that quickly. Ace 9. I'm gonna see a flop with ace 9 off. We're gonna check behind here. We have a pair ace with king kicker. Obviously, we are calling, and then calling a river. Here, there's two flush draws out there, so he could definitely be like barreling here with the draw. So we're just gonna call with the pair ace, and we're just gonna check it to him. And here we got check too. I don't think we're getting value for anything, but we're gonna try to. Actually, gonna check behind. If he has a flush draw, I mean, he could have like 2 hearts and then just hit the backdoor flush on us. But with trip aces and then with the way we played this hand, just check 3 streets, we just cannot fold. He could obviously have a better ace or 2 hearts, but we just cannot fold. He still has a lot of diamonds that missed. He has ace 7. Okay, that sucks. I think, yeah, I don't think we can play anything different in that hand. It's just unfortunate that he outflopped us. Ace king facing that 3-bet. I'm thinking we're gonna put in a 4-bet or just jam. 3-bet, 4-bet. I guess we're just gonna put it in here. I'm just gonna put it in. He 3-bet very too big, so there's no really any reason to just put in a 4-bet. We're basically committed. On this flop, we're gonna check behind. I think we still have like some full equity here by just 4-bet jamming. If we just 4-bet, like it's kind of weird because we're gonna 4-bet to like 75, and then we'll only have like 150 left, so it's kind of weird. He outflop us, and nice hand. Just a cooler, and then we lose the flip. Cooler for him and cooler for us as well. It's pretty standard. Here, facing 3-bet from the blind, we raise under the gun, definitely a fold. Just gonna check fold here. Check. We're gonna put in a small c-bet versus 2 players. Turn an ace. He led to us. We blocked the nut flush draw, so it's less likely that he's bluffing here. I actually feel like he has a jack here, but obviously we're not folding yet. And then a flush draw miss, so I think I think a call is mandatory, even though he could have like a lot of jack here. I actually feel like he has a jack. Like, I'm almost like 80% sure that he has a jack here. Since we blocked the not flush draw, he just can't have anything else here. I don't like calling here, but I think we have to call. Just because flush draw misses. But I expect him to have a jack here like 80% of the time here. Yeah, he does. But because flush draw missed, I just don't see like folding to a less than pot size bet makes sense. I mean, he could still be bluffing there like in a very small frequency. Here flop top pair and flush draw, definitely gonna see bet. I guess we're only doing well on this table, and then every other table is kind of like running pretty rough. He did a huge raise. I'm thinking we should just put it in. Yeah, I think we should just put it in. 20, he only has 130. Calling, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Just gonna get it in. He had a set, unfortunately. Keep running into big hands. We still have flush to get there though. But unfortunately, we don't get there. Here he check on the flop. We're just gonna start betting on turn. It's unfortunate that he had a set there. Flop top set. He can't really have much here. It's just gonna do a small C bet and hopefully he has like a flush draw. He does call. We still have the nuts. Gonna overbet this turn. Against an unknown player, I just feel like he has like really strong hand here. I'm just gonna fold. We got a 3-bet with king queen here. Pretty good card to barrel. We probably have to go 3 if he calls this turn. Don't think he have like a strong ace. Like the strongest ace he has here is like ace queen. Good thing that he just fold. We're gonna defend with the ace 8. We're gonna fold this anyways. Pocket 3 we're gonna open here. Gonna just call here. Pretty dry flop against a very loose player. and he dunked back into us. We have pocket 3. Our hand really just doesn't play that well after the flop, so we're just gonna fold. Here we're gonna check behind actually. I don't think any like worse hand will call us. And ace on the river. Might not be the greatest card because he could have like a lot of ace jack, ace queen, but we're gonna call. He's just bluffing, so we just pick up extra money by checking the turn, which is good. If we bet the turn, he's obviously folding, and then we're not gonna get that extra value. Really tempting to put in a squeeze here, but I would rather have queen jack suited. Since it's offsuit, just gonna fold. No action with the aces. We're gonna put in a check raise here with the backdoor flush draw and backdoor straight draw. Oh shit, I misclick. Oopsie. Oh, that sucks. It's just gonna give up here. I was gonna check raise. Fucking misclicked. Where misclicking happens. And he checked behind. Interesting. And then we're just gonna check here. We're only beating like some pocket pairs. What? We just got disconnected? What the hell? Oh my god. What is going on with the internet? What the hell happened there? Like, what the fuck? Okay, we won the pot. That's good. I have no idea what is going on. It's been like, that table is just lagging. Good thing we're not like in the middle of a big hand. Only losing to Queen Jack. Interesting. We got 3-bet and then a call. We're just gonna jam here. They're both like only half stacks. There's no reason to put in a 4-bet, and then it's basically if we put in a 4-bet, it's basically like half of their stack. So might as well just get it in. Put maximum pressure on them. I don't think this guy's calling. Once this guy folds, he's not calling. But some people might surprise you sometimes. Just gonna fold. We got mid 3-bet. Definitely not folding to that, and then we're gonna fold to this. He has like really strong range there. Here, this guy doesn't really 3-bet that often, so just gonna call. Most of the time it's a 4-bet here, but since this guy doesn't 3-bet that often, I'll just giving credit for like a stronger range. And here we're just gonna put in a standard small c-bet. Fold. We're gonna put in a barrel here. And possibly jamming the river. Good thing that he folded the turn. If we bet the turn and then got called, we're probably just gonna jam the river. Cause he never had like ace king there. The best hand he could have there is king queen. And then it's pretty hard for king queen to call 3 streets there in a 3-bet pot. I'm not sure if it's my internet or it's the poker room that's lagging. Cause it's kind of frustrating. Not even sure what is going on. I can see a flop. Very tempting to put in 4-bet here. Here on this flop, we're just gonna check behind. Turn trips, flush gets there. We're gonna put in a raise here. Just because we don't want him to like draw for free when he has like ace of club or king of club. Since we don't block any flush draw. This is a pretty strong race. Ace king cutoff versus buttons, definitely 4-betting and then get it in if he jam. Here we're just gonna call and then play a flop. Always nice to flop top set. Hopefully he has like aces or kings here. Definitely gonna raise. And here facing a raise from small blind versus our under the gun raise, which is really strong. With position with 10-9 suited, we can see a flop because he has a lot of strong hand here. And if we flop something good, we're gonna win a lot of money. Top pair. He just called and then we still had the nuts. He could have like jacks and queens here. Gonna bet like 70 and get it in on the river. And here with top pair, we're definitely gonna call. And here with middle pair, we're actually gonna check call this flop. Turn trips, that's very nice. Here he checked, we're just gonna bet to protect our hands. Unfortunately, he folded. Here, I think I'll go for like overbet here. don't think he has a lot of diamonds. It's very hard. Gonna put in like extremely tough spot if you're like ace queen. He'll never give us credit for a 10. He'll probably put us on a boat if he's folding ace queen. This guy's pretty short. Just gonna 3-bet a little less because he's a little bit shorter. Flop trips. I'm gonna do a c-bet. Pretty good flop for jacks. I'm gonna bet like 75% the pot and get it in on the turn. 90, 90, a little more. Like a little under the pot. This guy's a fish. He dunk bet. We're just gonna fold here. I mean, raising is okay too, but I would rather do something with like, you know, like 5-6 or something with more equity. Like with pocket fives, if he beat us, if he has like a queen there, we're pretty much drawing almost dead to a 2-outers. So I'd rather do it with like a gut shot or something, which wasn't the case. So it's okay to just give up, especially against like a fisher player. You can always like find better spots to get their money. Oh, just gonna call here. And here we're just gonna call $2 more. Against under the gun raise, Queen 9 is not a really good hand to defend with. Here we're gonna defend with King 9. Just gonna check fold here. Ace suited. 3-betting is okay. Folding is fine as well. Just gonna give up here. Give up here as well. He checked behind. We're just gonna bet like a little bit. Try to take it away. And then it worked. Flop middle pair here. Pretty draw heavy board. Gonna see that a little bigger. Pocket sixes. Yeah. 10-9 gets there. Which he could easily have 10-9 here. We're just gonna check behind and see what he does on the river. If he bets here, he has to like at least have a queen. Since he check, we might have the best hand, but I still expect him to see to see a lot of queens here. Same hand. Hopefully, we can get some action with kings. We don't. That 240 more. Definitely gonna see a flop. Flop a flush draw. Pretty dry flop. He's c-betting. There's no reason to raise here. If he has a jack, he's never folding. And then obviously he could have like nothing, but like there's better way to play these hands. We're just gonna check again. just gonna call. And then we're just gonna check to him again, and then let him bet for us. He doesn't. I'm guessing he has like pair. Yeah, pocket aces. The reason why we didn't bet the river there is because he could obviously have a bolt, and then if he has something worse, it's very unlikely that he paid us off. So it's sometimes better to just check it to him and then let them do the betting for us, because we're still getting 3 streets of value. And then when he doesn't bet the river, we still got 2 streets of value, which is not bad. It's better than like try to dunk bet the river and then like gets raised, because good player will raise there, and it's just gonna put you in an extremely difficult spot because you never had the nuts there. I mean, they could easily have a bigger flush or like a bolt, but we don't have that just because the way we just call in big blind, like we can't really have a strong hand over there. I'm not sure if this guy's legit or it's like, it seems pretty solid. This 4-bet is like super strong. We're just gonna fold. I'm curious to see like what this guy does, because I don't play with him that often. I'm curious to see, like, his stats seems like pretty solid, but I don't play with him that often. Seems like a solid player, so I just want to see like what he does facing a 4-bet. Well, definitely gonna put in a 3-bet here with ace-10 suited. Small blind versus button open. Flop an ace. Pretty nice. And here with the over and flush draw, we're gonna do a small c-bet. And here with nothing, we're just gonna check. And we're gonna barrel this turn. Really want to check raise, but we really don't have any equity if called. We check raise with like gut shot, straight draw, and overcards. Just check raise bluff with like hands with more equity if it's called. Definitely gonna 3-bet here. Easy 3-bet here as well. Sometimes you can call in big blind with ace queen off versus button open, but the frequency should be pretty low. I would say like maybe 20%. You can do that like once out of 5 times, just to mix in your calling range. I was just gonna fold. 10 jack suited against under the gun race. If we call, we're pretty fucked. Pocket 8's definitely a 3-bet. This guy just shipped like $130. Like, what the hell is going on? Super desperate. Obviously, we're folding. Not gonna defend with King 8 against under the gun race. Gets dominated way too often. Here we flop overs and flush draws. I expect us to get check raise here a lot. He just called. Not the greatest turn since the board paired. If he had like a set, we're drawing dead. Just gonna check behind. And then we don't get there. We're not gonna bluff this river because it's not reputable. Like he might even look us up with the ace high, which I think he has a lot of ace high here. Here jacks, we just have to put in a 3-bet. Yeah, he has a lot of ace high here, but I don't think he's folding the river. If he's a good player, like he's not folding the river. Ace high is an easy call there. Here we got 4-bet. We're pretty deep. Gonna be like careful here. But since $30, I guess we can see a flop and then play from there. Pretty good flop for jacks. We only beating ace king here. He bets so big. That makes me feel like he has like queens or something. We're just gonna fold here. I don't think jacks is good here that often. Especially against somebody who doesn't 4-bet that much. 85, 200. Yeah, if we call this, we're pretty much committed. And then jack's just not that great in this spot. Consider like we 3-bet him in small blind and then he raised under the gun, so our range is like super strong, and then he still didn't give a shit and put in a 4-bet and then putting a c-bet that big. So I just feel like it's like a lot of times queens there, queens, kings. I don't think it's aces, queens and kings more likely. But I don't think he's doing that with ace king on that flop. Playing this deep doesn't make that much sense. So folding is definitely the correct play there. Against a 3 fishy player, we're just gonna open with 7-8 suited. Unknown player. Definitely okay to put in a 4-bet, but I don't know this guy at all. First time seeing him, so we're just gonna fold. With middle pair, we're just gonna bet a little bit. Pocket 9, gonna put in a 3-bet. Here with 3 hearts, we're gonna bet pretty big here. And here, oh, we're just gonna call. Four bets. We probably just fold here. I don't like calling. If calling, might as well just 5-bet jam. I'm just gonna fold here. Oh, he could be raising with any pair with the ace of hearts. Since we unblock hearts, so we're just gonna call once. See what he does on the turn. And obviously now we're not folding. Check it to him. He could obviously flop this sometime, very rarely. But most of the time he just have like 1 pair plus ace of heart, king of heart type of hands. We'll definitely do a raise here on this kind of flop. And I think he missed. But we could have like busted flush draw as well. So we're just gonna bet like 50. Looks like a bluff. Unfortunately, he didn't buy. It's pretty close between betting, wrapping a bluff, and check it to him so he can bluff at it. It's really about like what you think he has. If you think that he has a real hand, then you bet, because he's gonna look you out with like any pair. But if you think that he's just bluffing with the draw, then it's better to check it to him. Pocket nice. We're gonna put in a 3-bet. I'm gonna check here. Possibly check call. Here we're just gonna check behind with queens. And then 9 on the river. We're just gonna check actually. Here we're gonna start betting a little bit. 33. Oh, we're just gonna fold here. I just don't see anything that any bluff combination can call the flop and then bluff this river. Oh, we're only beating a bluff here. So we're just gonna fold. Here, we're gonna bet pretty big. Here, we're gonna bet for value, hoping that he has like king jack. We're gonna bet and target king jack. Hopefully that's what he has. We flopped a not flush draw. Pick up gacha straight draw. Actually, definitely gonna barrel. Possibly go 3, depending on what the river is. We get there on the river and the board paired. I mean, he can have like king queen that's gonna bluff. I just don't. I'm not sure if he's gonna call 3 streets with just a jack. Here we're gonna c-bet a little bigger. Actually, we're gonna go for a check raise here. Gonna play a little bit different. We're gonna check it to him. Oh, he check behind. He probably just have a jack. And here we're definitely check raising. And then get it in, obviously. He's jammed instantly. He could have a lot of jacks and knights here, but against a tag fish, I'm never folding to a tag fish. I'm not gonna give him credit for where jacks are nice. Pocket jacks and pocket nice for a set. He can have like ace jack, maybe, if we play this way. But I just can't see myself folding here against a fish player. Good luck. Pocket force. That's unfortunate. We just keep running into sets. Really unlucky. I mean, against a better player, I can make a case for a fold. But against a fish player, it just doesn't make sense to fold there, because he'll be doing that with like a lot of random hands. Oh shit! What did we get ourselves into? 3-bet call and 4. Oh, not gonna see bet here. We're gonna just fold. And here we're gonna bet a little bit with the gut shot. Here we're gonna, since he checked the second time, we're just gonna try to bet and take it away. Unfortunately, it's called. We're gonna bluff this river actually. We can have a lot of queen in our range, and then without a queen, it's almost impossible for him to make a call. He did call. King Jack. He should have folded there. That's a terrible call. Even though he wins here, like he's gonna lose like the next 5 times in the same situation. So far, pretty unlucky session. We ran into like 3 sets with our big pairs. Sometimes that happens. There's nothing you can do about it. We're gonna raise a little bigger here when he limps on the small blind. King Queen suited. It's a pretty fishy player, and then we're super deep. So I see a lot of value just calling, even though we're supposed to put in 4-bet. We're actually gonna put in a 4-bet. Here, just gonna call with ace queen. Probably gonna bet like half the pot because we're a little deeper here. Here we're gonna check call. Hopefully we'll get the job done. If not, we basically shut down. We're not betting another street. Here we pick up extra outs. Not flush draw on the turn. Probably check raising here. And he calls. That's unfortunate. He probably has like jacks. Here we hit the nuts. I should feel like a bet here is pretty mandatory. Trying to think. I feel like he has a lot of jacks here with the way he played. Actually, we're gonna check. See what he done on the river. It would really suck if he has like ace king, and then we just check it down. Oh, he bet 96. That's pretty strong. That looks like he has like kings, queens, even aces. That makes our fold a lot easier. And here, oh, we're gonna barrel pretty big here. Actually gonna bet like over the pot because it's a lot of flush draw and straight draw. Gonna do like 1.5 pot bet. And he instant called. And then straight draw gets there, but we just have to get it in here. If he has queen 10, he has queen 10. Nothing we can do. He probably just have like a flush draw. Since we overbet the turn like 1.5x, like setting up for river jam, like we are not folding unless like a flush hits. Here we're gonna put in a 4-bet. This guy like 3-bets way too often. He never fold to a 4-bet though. But we're gonna try. Here with the gut shot, gonna do a small c-bet. With the backdoor flush draw, we have to kind of c-bet pretty. Actually, we're gonna do like 30% here. I'm gonna check behind. The jack. Really don't be much. Just gonna fold. Jack 10. Our hand. This is really bad turn to barrel, because he has a lot of king queen here. I guess we just have to give it up. It's very unfortunate, but nothing we can do. Like against a maniac like that. I'm just gonna fold. I'll pick a better spot next time. Diamond gets there, but we have the 10 of diamonds, so against the sim player, I think we're just gonna barrel. Oh, this guy missed 3-bet us. We're not gonna fold to $5 more. In position. That's a really weird way to play. This defense really light. Obviously we're not folding. Top pair. I'm check calling again. Gonna bet like a little bit. Gonna put in a 3-bet with 7-8 suited. In position against the fish. I think it's a perfect spot to put in a 4-bet here actually. On this flop. We just gotta do a small c-bet because I think they overfold in this spot a lot, especially like a weaker player. just gonna jam. There's no other way to play this hand. Hopefully we don't run into aces. Good luck to us. Here with queens. It's actually a really weird spot. We're under the gun raise, 3 bets. We're gonna put in a 4 bet. Possibly get it in. Not gonna be happy about it. Hopefully we can win a race here against queens, jacks. Or just win the pot. That's nice too. Here we're gonna put in a 3 bet with the 8s because this guy doesn't fold to that many 3 bets, even though sample size is still small. But I don't want to call and then get squeezed by the blind. That way we never have like a strong hand. Here, just do a small C bet. We're gonna check the turn. And check the river. Queen 10. What the hell? We're gonna see bet the flop and possibly the second barrel because he can have like a lot of jacks, queens, 10s. That's the benefit of being the 3 better. I mean, if he has jacks there and then we just betting out of a pot, then that's a huge win, right? Because supposedly we're not supposed to be winning. We're supposed to only have like 20% equity. But just by being the aggressor, there's always a chance that people are gonna fold to your bet. $16. Here on the turn, I think it's a pretty good turn to barrel. We have a lot more aces than he does, and then we do have a backdoor. Got shot straight draw if we got called. Here we're just gonna call and try to hit a set. We don't hit it. Not the worst flop though. Him betting half the pot. There's nothing we can do about it. Just gonna fold. Our plan was just to hit a set, so if we missed, just have to follow our strategy and just fold. If we try to be cute and try to outplay him there, it might be costly sometimes. I'm gonna start betting a little bit. We flop top 2 pair, losing to king queen. I'm gonna do a small C bet. He's probably never folding here on the flop because the flop connect with him very well as well. This is actually a terrible turn. Probably just gonna check and possibly check call and then check fold the river. That's the plan. He does bet. Not doing a fold yet. We're just gonna call and then fold to a river bet. We're gonna check. Hopefully just check it down. We should have the best hand. Yeah. When he check it down, we have the best hand. But if he bet, we're folding, because if he bets, we don't have the best hand. He probably has like only a 10. Jesus, people are crazy. We have a gut shot and gut shot, backdoor flush draw. Definitely gonna call. Here we got donk bet. We're just gonna put in a raise here. And we hit the gacha on the turn. So we have the nuts now. Here ace is facing 4 bets. Gonna bet like a little over like 59, so we can jam the river. We're just gonna jam. Ace king. We hold. Here facing another raise. Interesting. He could have like some overcards and flush draw. Some file clubs for open-ended and straight and flush draw. Open-ended, straight and flush draw. He could have a set, obviously. But I don't think we have good equity against any of his range. If he has a set, obviously we are crushed. And then if he had open-ended, straight flush draw, or just overcard and flush draw, he still has more than 50% equity. So I think the best play here is just to fold. Even though we can still have the best hand, it just doesn't make sense because the best scenario is a coin flip, and then a lot of time we can be like drawing almost dead. So we're just gonna fold. Here on this flop, we're gonna bet pretty big. We got called and we got raised. This is kind of odd. Here we turn top pair, top kicker, definitely gonna bet. It's like a super gross spot. This guy is a really loose, aggressive type of player. Obviously, they can have a set. I mean, this guy can have a set. Dude, this is a pretty gross spot. On this draw heavy board, it's very hard to fold queens. But against 2 players, I'm not too concerned about this guy. I'm more concerned about this guy. I think he has like, he need to have like at least have like some kind of queen jack with 2 spades, since we don't block queen of spades. Oh, this is pretty rough. We're just gonna fold here, since we're only putting like $18. I don't want to risk $300 while we can be like facing a set. We're just gonna fold and then see like if there's any action. Nope. That's a really good play by that player. He could obviously do it with like flush draw, overcards and stuff like that. But because we have one more guys behind us to act, it just makes us a little more difficult to call. And since we only invested like $18 in the pot, there's no reason to risk $300 something while you're only putting 18 bucks. But you know, when he raised on the flop like that, you're pretty much you have to commit to play for your stack. Here we're gonna start betting a little bit. Actually, we don't have a heart. If we have a heart, we're gonna bet here for sure. Just gonna check. Here with overs and backdoor flush draw, we're just gonna do a C bet. That's kind of like a pretty gross draw now. Against a double raise, like we're not folding. This guy's aggressive fish, so we're just gonna call and then see what the turn brings. Here, obviously we were folding. With this turn, we're probably just gonna check fold and just give up. Hopefully we get to catch one of these fishes today. Here with the overcards and the not flush draw, probably go for a check raise. With that sizing, we're definitely check raising. Pocket 4 is just not good enough to call there. Pocket deuces, just gonna fold. Here ace 10 versus the fish open. Gonna put in a 3-bet. I don't like calling here. Obviously c-betting with top pair. Got called by 2 players. It's kind of weird. It's kind of odd. We're just gonna check here. Here we got check raised. Draw heavy board. We're gonna put in another raise here actually. Queen jack gets there, so we'll just have to check. When he check raise here, he has a lot of draw. So it's just gonna charge his draw pretty much. And here, well, that's a pretty strong bet. He can obviously have queen jack here, which is gonna fold. And here we're just gonna range betting, do like small c bet. Here with middle pair, we're gonna check here, just to mix it up a little bit. And we got check raise. Not gonna fold yet. He could be doing this with like 2 hearts. Pick up a gut shot straight draw. And he check again. I'm gonna bet like $30 just to charge flush draw. Here we're not folding when we pick up a gut shot straight draw on the turn. He could be bluffing still. Pretty good river. 2 queens makes it less likely to have a queen. So we're just gonna check it to him. He has ace 8 and out kicked us. Nice hand. The player's pool today is pretty good. A lot of fishes, but we don't have the right hand to catch them. That's very unfortunate. Here we got 3-bet by big blind. Ace king suited. We can just flat call. Here we have a gut shot straight draw and flush draw. We're just gonna call here. 4-betting is we're 4-betting here like 70% of the time. 30% of the time we can call. And here we got a check raised. Obviously we're calling. Here, a pretty good bet. We're gonna call a flop. We get there on turn. Definitely gonna raise here. Here we flop a set. When he bet 42 here, we're just gonna fold. 10. We're only losing to king jack. It's gonna start with a small c bet. That's like the worst turn. Obviously we're not betting anymore. Hopefully the board pairs on the river. It doesn't, and then it gets worse. Just gonna check behind. He has 7-8. Here we're gonna put in a 3-bet with aces. 6-7 offsuit against 2 players. Definitely gonna see a flop. 4-bet, we're gonna fold. Pretty sweet. He put in a 4-bet. He can be bluffing still. Here, since they all check the flop, we're just gonna bet the turn and then probably have the best hand with the 6. We can flat here because here his range is super strong, so we can flat here and then we can obviously just get it in. Against this player, we do 3-bet quite often. We're just gonna get it in. Guess he was just bluffing, but it's okay. We pick up the pot. We're playing a little bit longer today because the game is pretty good. I think it's because July 4th weekend. More people are staying at home. Kinda sleepy though. Got up at 5 today. Didn't take nap. Pretty tired. Game is pretty good though. Gonna defend with Queen Jack off. Pretty good flop for our big blind calling range. Not after the turn. Just gonna check fold. I'm gonna do a small c-bet against a pretty good regulars. Actually gonna wrap up the stream in like 10 minutes or so. I'm getting like really tired and sleepy, so I don't wanna like make mistakes while I'm tired. Having pocket kings definitely helps. Against a fishy player, just gonna do a 3-bet. I expect this guy to 4-bet a lot. He doesn't. And there's always gonna be an ace when we have pocket kings. We're just gonna do like a really small c-bet. If he calls, it's almost guaranteed that he has an ace. Cause he would never call without an ace here with his stack. So just gonna check behind and then fold the river. He's gonna bet the river for sure. $17, damn, that's really cheap. I guess he got me. I'm not folding to that bet. He probably had like something like ace jack or something, but it's just too small of a bet to fold. He has pocket nice. Okay, that's just very stupid because it makes absolutely no sense to bet with pocket nice there. Especially that small. If you bet like bigger, I'm folding. So if you bet like 75%, 85% a pot on the river, I'm folding, so that's a good play. But he tried to like save a little bit of money and just bet like 20% a pot, which makes like no sense. And then ended up losing more. So if he just like, you know, balls up and then just bet big on a river, then he wins. Here we turn an ace. Gonna barrel. With two flush draw out there, checking there is definitely a mistake. Queen 5, nice hand. Call raise with Queen 5 offsuit. Damn. Was it suited? I don't remember. Queen 5 suited. Okay, that's fine. Still a little bit loose though. But we do that sometimes as well, so we're gonna check behind with the jack here. I mean with the ace jack here. Just to mixing our checking range sometimes. Definitely calling a 3-bet with pocket nice. Here against that small bet, we're gonna put in a raise. And he quickly called. Not sure if we're getting value from anything else. Pretty bad run now for ace jack. He has a lot of ace 10, ace 8, ace 9. So I think betting the river might be a mistake. Here we're gonna check behind here, and then we're gonna start betting here a little bit. And pretty good card. We're probably gonna check call. Flush misses. Obviously he can have a queen. We're just gonna check, see what he does. We might have to call a bet though. $19, fuck. Against this bet, I think we are gonna turn our hands into a bluff. Because I think he only has a queen here, so if we turn our hands into a bluff, it's gonna be extremely difficult for him to call. We can definitely play our pocket 7, pocket 5s this way. We're gonna go for it. Got snap called. Yeah, he just had a queen. Like he had exactly what we put in on, but like he shouldn't call there. Like what hand was he really beating? When we bet the turn and check raise the river, like. But he snap call, so I guess he saw read us. Actually, I just think that he's a fish. There's no king queen doesn't beat anything there. So even though he wins that pot, but it's still, in my opinion, a pretty bad call. Especially I didn't even think about it. Like, but that's a risk you have to take when you play against like worse players. Those are the same players that you stack multiple times. Here, we're gonna see a flop with Jack 10 suited. Here with the diamonds get there on the turn, I'm not gonna barrel. Anything else, if it's a 7 of clubs or something, we're definitely gonna barrel. And here we're just gonna fold. Totally didn't regret that check raise on the river. I think it's a perfect play. Like we put him on like a queen, like ace queen king queen, exactly. But he just couldn't fold his hand. At least we tried. And then he has exactly what we thought he has. So I like our play really a lot. Even though result wasn't the greatest, but in a long run it's gonna be a winning play, especially when you start playing against better player at higher stakes. My mistake was pulling the play to the wrong player, and then I had him. I have a fish tag on him too, but I still tried. Here on this board, we're just gonna do like a one-time c-bet, and then if it's called, then we fold. I'm gonna try to wrap up the session. A lot of coolers today. We ran into 3 sets when we had aces and kings, which is unfortunate. I'm not sure like how much we're down, but we should be down like a little bit, but a lot less than we should be down. Like we should be down like 3 to 4 buy-ins, I think. I feel like it's gonna be like maybe 1 to 2 buy-ins, something like that, which is a win. When you're supposed to lose like 4 or 5 buy-ins and then you only lose like 2 to 3 or even 1 to 2, that's like a huge win in a long run, because you can't always win. Sometimes you just lose, and that has nothing to do with your play or anything like that. Let's see. We're down like 300. Oh, that's actually a lot less than I expected. Only down like a buy-in and some change, and then our EV was actually only down 1 buy-in, so we ran a little bit behind our EV. But overall, pretty good session, I think. It's just that a lot of interesting hands. Let's see like what we lost. We lose king. We lose kings. Pocket kings ran into pocket fours. This is just ace king pre-flop all-in versus pocket queens, and then we lost the flip. 10-8. This is the hand we have top pair and flush draw. Ran into another set. That's the hand we just lost. Yeah, I feel pretty lucky that we won those hands. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed the session, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.